And welcome back, everybody. We're here at the last match of the first North American qualifier here at the Alienware Awesome Cup 2. And we have been doing bad puns all day. It's great.
We've been on a roll. We've been on a roll with the bad puns. I expect the chat to be in uproar of our bad puns.
Lemons, please. Lemons, please.
But the eliminators have been eliminated.
Oh, yes. Well, things cannot last, and we're like slowly reaching the end, but we still have one match left.
That's right. That's right. It's press 1 to win. First last moment. So without further ado, let's get straight into the bans and picks. Nada, what are we looking at for our last match?
All right. Well, we're looking at a Lone Star Scoop Frog fighting a Genji Clunk again and a Penny.
We've seen a lot of Clunk this so far in this qualifier.
A lot of Genji
North
too.
Americans are liking Clunk.
And a lot of Genji too.
And a lot of Genji too, that's correct. But what do you anticipate to see in these team fights again? We've seen the Genji Clunk. How do you think the Lone Star Scoop and Frog is going to play into effect?
All right, well, we're going to see, as we've mentioned before, the Scoop is going to be able to shut down Penny and Clunk rather efficiently. We're going to have Frog to deal with that Genji, maybe get R-base, so Cocoon will be nothing but a projectile that is being reflected, as well as Lone Star sort of just denying Clunk that explode that they're probably going to be going for.
One thing that I do want to point out is they need to focus a character. They need to focus someone out, because if it's going to be in a team fight, I have a feeling this Clunk, Genji, and Penny are going to emerge a lot of the times victorious. So they need to single someone out. They need to kind of control that mid area, get some displacement going. The Lone Star Bulls, get those bull pins against the turrets, get those bull pins rocking in that mid jungle area, and really just take control of everything.
Oh yeah, take control, rock the bull pins, and if you can, poke down the Clunk. Always poke down Clunk.
Exactly. He has his sustain with his bite, but if you can constantly badger him and get the immense amount of damage that he can take, keep him below half, he's going to think twice about exploding. If it's a Clunk at full health and you see him running towards you, not stopping, not shooting, chances are he's coming at you full force with an explode. So keep him underneath those half health marks. Definitely focus it one member out and get that displacement going. You have it with the Scoop. You have it with the Lone Star. I think Frog is going to be used to get those initiations, allowing the Scoop Hammer to hit. But I think we should definitely take a look at what's going to happen here. Without further ado, give us the countdown, Nada.
Aye, aye, boss. And 3, 2, 1, go. So, as we're getting ready to see what the pickups are going to be, we are on Ribbit again. Lovely map.
I absolutely adore Ribbit. Ribbit is my favorite map. Me being a Ted main. Oh, it's just so powerful.
Oh, lovely. It's so empowering. Yeah.
I feel like I have so much power on Ribbit with Ted.
You're an independent Ted on Ribbit, and it's great.
I'm an independent Ted who don't need no solar boss.
Oh, yeah. I was seeing that the battle for mid is already happening, and, you know, that is exactly how it should be on Ribbit.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to allow your opponents to hold that midsection. If they're in there, get in there. You've got full health. It's the beginning of the game. Droids haven't spawned yet. Fight for that mid. And it actually looks like all team members of Press 1 to win are going to be forced back, allowing Last Moment to take control of mid.
Oh yeah, and I want to point out that both teams have good characters actually clear out mid. So you have Genji, you have a Scoop that can sort of just keep constant poking. As well as Penny that can pounce in, or pulse in, sorry, from the side.
This is actually very interesting. I'm looking at this Genji so far, and he decided to get the Wool Shawl upgrade, increasing the range of Butterfly Shot. Very interesting upgrade. We haven't seen that yet, so this is the first time we're going to see
pretty good
Genji's
early game again.
range.
See, something you can actually point out here on Ribbit, especially, or any map it really applies to, but Ribbit especially, if you take the bouncer, shoot your butterfly down while you're going up, you can actually manage to stack up 2 butterflies and hit for double damage if you can sort of imagine it being a sort of following the same path as a Scree blade going towards you, so you can actually have multiple butterfly shots out if you do it right.
I definitely didn't notice that, and thank you for actually telling people that, because that's the first time I've ever heard of that. And well, actually, he just did it right there, and I saw it. So Wow.
And that's going to be really, really visible when you get attack speed, because then I think that actually you can stack up to 3. That's going to go in, and you can actually get the damage if you can get on the other side of the opponents.
So, what is Genji's normal AA? Is it with both damage upgrades, he's at 8 on the way and 8 on the return, if I'm correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you see a nice little engagement going on here in mid. Juice is going to be taking a lot of damage. Akram also around half HP, forcing this Clunk back. So Clunk is actually going to be looking for a bite.
Yeah, looking... Wow. He's hungry. He's looking for a bite. It's great.
He is hungry. And here's that displacement we talked about. This is going to allow a lot of damage to come out, and he is going to try and get the explode off. A little bit of lag there as he did pick up the kill on Calzar, but that's exactly what you and I spoke about earlier. They need to get that displacement.
Oh, look at ooh.
And Yeska's taking a lot of damage. He is going to go down to that which is Penny and Genji.
Oh man. You know, that I was looking for some magical bull and just the Duke of all time there. I was ready to see it happen.
And you can just see how powerful Genji's early game AA is. It's taking a bar and a half off of Scoop every single shot. My goodness, that is absolutely crazy early game.
Yep, and if he pairs that up with, say, either attack speed or the Storm Drum, he's gonna get a lot of poking.
Yeah, definitely. That's a lot of AoE, and if he does manage to get Storm Drum, oh, we see a nice little engagement going on here, but Press 1 to win wants no part of it. And they're gonna just back up and defend.
Oh yeah. So want to point out here that Clunk actually did not piggy bank into boots. He saved up his own money. He saved his allowance, and then finally he could get them his very own Space Air Max.
It only took 4 minutes and 20 seconds for him to get his Air Maxes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as far as control of mid goes, at this point, Last Moment definitely has that control of mid. They have that Genji, they have that Clunk, and they have that Penny to either engage with the Pulse or hunt them down with the dash. And she may have dashed into a bad situation here, but no, Clunk is going to be there for the recovery. Looks like Akram is taking a lot of damage now. He may be going down, but Penny unfortunately misses.
Oh, the bullpen is nice.
The bullpen, that is going to be a takedown for Yeska and a kill for Press 1 to win.
Oh, are we gonna see Bullstar? I want to see Bullstar.
We should see Bullstar, but we should also see them actually taking mid at this point in time.
Oh no, they're pushing, and I like that. Or at least they're trying to. Frog is with his puny AA.
His AA is actually quite good late game.
Yeah, but we are not in the late games, myself.
That is true. We're only 5 minutes into this match, so his AA has not really reached his full potential. And Penny is getting a little bit overzealous there. Kind of hunting down 2 characters with 2 bars of health.
Well, that is how the Penny do.
Penny does what a Penny does. And Calzar taking a lot of damage right now. Clunk just missing the bite. Calzar is going to be forced to go back, and Yeska is in the brunt of it right now with Akram. But they managed to retreat back into mid and just hold control of mid. We can't express how important mid control is on this map. Mid control will win you this map.
Oh, and the hammer! Oh, the hammer was close. The hammer could have killed Genji if it was a bit angled to the left. I think a bit more angled. It could have done magic. Something I want to.
Would have, should have, didn't.
Oh, well.
And Calzar again, just kind of getting shut down there in mid. Genji's going to drop the blessing, and Clunk is just going to run up with the explode, but unfortunately nobody is going to be in there for him to hit. And Yeska's going to be forced to grab that health back there. Calzar landing the nice hammer down. Akram getting the nice hammer down, excuse me. Calzar in the midsection right now. Press 1 to win really needs to take hold of mid if they want to maintain these engagements and kind of hold the midsection down for those turrets.
And they can do that because Scoop's hammer, as I think we have mentioned in the last installment here of Alienware Assemble 2, last stream we were talking about how Scoop's hammer actually travels further if you throw it down rather than to the sides. So if you can get the vertical movement down, the hammer's range will be extended, but the damage scaling will be shorter.
Definitely, and a lot of times we see Scoop jumping up on Ribbit and just launching the hammer down, getting those snares off, as we saw right there, allowing the counter initiation, not allowing Clunk to get up there with the explode and just taking self-damage on the explode. Calzar is going to be forced to escape here. Yeska's actually going to take a lot of damage on that pounce, brought down to 2 bars by Genji and Penny.
Oh, yeah. Something I actually want to point out with Penny's play here is that any aspiring Penny player should pay attention to the positioning of Penny when she attacks, because the pounce, sorry, almost always comes down on the other side of the opponent, pushing them towards their own turret, allowing for a stun and a body block. So just pay attention to that, because that is a very good strategy for when you're playing Penny.
And Calzar looks like he's going to be a little decent amount of trouble here, but the jumps allow him to escape the clutches of the Clunk explode.
Oh yeah.
A lot of damage coming out on both teams here. Genji may be going down, but no! Clunk is going to go down instead. Juice is going to be in a little bit of a bad situation here in a 2v1 situation. Manages to realize that and just get out. He's going to pick up that health and start defending that bomb turret and getting out of the hood. Coming out on Genji.
Alright, Penny. Oh wow, Penny getting really aggressive here. But no harm done, and she actually managed to almost get a kill on Akram.
We're actually going to see Genji. I think Genji's going to be focusing more into a Monarch Blessing as opposed to Cocoon, just to allow... Oh, and a lot of damage. A good team fight coming out on both ends here. Juice is going to be taking a lot of damage, but Genji's there for the save. Lands the Cocoon on Akram and Juice. You know, we see Penny coming out with 2 bars every single time, but just being a menace to press 1 to win at this point. Landing those pulses, just being as annoying as Penny can possibly be.
Oh, well, that is where Penny excels. Being good at everything and annoy people. Oh, that is a nice shutdown coming out of Genji.
And it seems that press 1 to win has retaken mid-control, but that will be to be decided as Clunk decides to get a mid-game piggy into Snarebite.
Oh yeah, they feel like they might be losing some momentum and they want to change that immediately.
So let's talk about the mid-game piggy for a second. Do you think that this was a smart choice?
Well, depends. There's two mid-game piggies. There's the one that says we're gonna snowball till we win, which is kind of like an extended early game piggy bank, where you basically test your waters. Oh wow! Don't mind the waters while Lone Star almost gets taken out.
But Genji actually does get taken out, and Juice wants it. You can see Juice getting very overzealous here, and it's probably gonna be taken down by the Scoop.
Oh, the defensive explode was good there.
But as you were saying, continue with the extension of the piggy.
Because what you usually do with one of the mid-game piggies is you check, alright, am I going to fight a late game or an early game team? If you're fighting a late game team and you're having maybe 2 kills, then getting the piggy will just snowball you up and really just get you going. But you can also save it for as a, alright, well, we are a bit behind. Let's make sure that they don't get further and actually maybe get a tiny lead on them while they don't expect it, which is the second way you can do mid-game piggy banking. And then there's of course late-game piggy banking, but that's mostly just a way to taunt your enemies.
But at that point, you know, when it comes to late game, if you really need the piggy at late game, I think there's a little bit of a problem. Maybe your team is not clearing as well as they could be, you're not capitalizing on displacement as much, but...
Oh, and there we go, nice timing.
And the snare bite allowing it, and Yeska is going to go down to the explode Genji Penny.
Oh wow, a Calosaur just teleports out with like no HP whatsoever.
You know, that's one of the situations where you actually have to teleport out and can't defend. As a CQC character, for those of you who don't know, close quarters combat character, you know, you need to kind of maintain yourself. If you can go in, get that great amount of damage off, you also need to be able to escape yourself.
That sounds like something like, you know, a guru would say.
A guru?
You must be able to escape yourself.
And look inside.
Yes, and you will find the true answer of OP.
You know, there's one of those situations again where the Clunk teleported back, and that was a few pokes of unnecessary turret damage, and the 420 no-scope bite coming out again for Clunk. Let's see how this is gonna work.
You like that, don't you?
What, the no scope bites?
Yeah. You like them. Don't lie. You like them.
I love them. I'm gonna put together a montage of the clunk bites.
You just drop the base, and then you go ahead and everything.
The XX Awesomenauts 360 420 no scope bite compilation 2015.
Yeah, that when that happens, Juice picks up Aircrum.
But you know, mid control is definitely in favor of Last Moment right now. They have this clunk, they have this Genji. The Penny's there for the, like I said before, engage or the chase, and this Penny is actually playing very smart. A little bit overzealous at times, but is very smart with her engagements.
I'd call it aggressive, to be fair. I think most of the time, Penny actually is pretty confident in what she's doing, although she does go down for it quite often, so.
Well, at this point, Penny doesn't even have a single death. She's at 3 kills, 0 deaths.
Oh. Right. Wow. I am blind. It seems it was swapped for me. That is.
Jeska taking a lot of damage. Clunk may be going down to the turret. Clunk is going to go down to the turret. Akram is going to go down as well. That is going to be a team wipe in favor of Press 1 to win. An interesting turn of events. This should top her down for Press 1 to win. They actually should be split pushing at this point, which they seem to be doing. They're going for the bottom turret. They know that they could take that top turret at any time. It's 1 bar. So a very smart decision for Press 1 to win, going for that bottom turret.
Go to top, dash it. Yes, you could dash the glass plate too. You know there is no rush here.
Exactly, and you see it right there. He's going for it. So they take both turrets down. That is going to be 2 turrets down at the 14-minute mark in favor of Press 1 to win. Taking advantage of a team wipe, as it should be done. Cows are going to take a lot of damage here, going down to the Genji. Jeska hunting down the Penny. Penny's going to be able to escape. Akram is now battling it out with Clunk, and Jeska's taking a lot of damage from the Genji.
Oh wow, that, you know, I think that wipe, that actually could go ahead and actually maybe what's that called? I think what they're gonna be doing now is they're gonna be too confident, because I still think that I actually think that we have oh man.
They're just gonna be overconfident in their abilities.
Yeah.
They're gonna overextend, I think, is what you're looking for.
Yeah, you know, that is the right word. I was so sad I could not English.
And Penny's going to be forced into the creep zone and maybe going down to the solar balls if she cannot take it out. She should have just went for the solar balls at that point, because she's going to be very weak, but manages to escape with the pounce. And that is going to be a 0-for-1 exchange in favor of Last Moment.
Yeah. See, that was what I wanted to say if I had been allowed to, but I don't seem to have permission to English. Is that when you get these wipes, it's important to actually know where you are in the match, and I think that Press 1 to win, they sort of overestimated what they were now going to be able to do, and so they turned up their aggressiveness, and that's coming back to bite them in the butt.
Definitely, you know, the overconfidence on a team wipe can get you at some points, but I do believe that Last Moment is recovering extremely well from that, being able to come back, get a kill or 2, and be in a situation right now, as you can see, they're both in that
midsection. That was a nice pulse.
An excellent pulse, and Calder is going to be in some deep trouble right now if he doesn't land this dash. Clunk knows he's getting ready for it. Clunk gets the snare bite off, but the nice recovery on the bull. He may be going down to Genji, though. Genji, with that range, the attack speed, and the damage, is really showing just the potential of what Genji can do if you build him into an attack Genji.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that timing. That was well coordinated. Look at that. Clunk charging up, knowing that Penny is coming down to push them out, and then, you know, it just happened. Great
and
stuff.
They should continue to push this. It should not just be a Genji on there. Apparently that's all they need, though. So that is going to be the second turret down, excuse me. And we are basically evened up as far as map presence goes. Kills are 11-7 in favor of Last Moment at this point. And the solar difference is at a maximum of around 400.
Oh, well. Frog? No frog.
Calzar is going to go down. Akram's going to be forced back. At this point, it is now 12-7 at the 17.5-minute mark. Interesting. I just noticed Lone Star.
Oh, yeah.
Baby Curry Mammoth.
Yeah, and as well as double slow on Bull. He's building a really supporting sort of counter Penny, counter Clunk build. Because Penny and Slow do not work well together. Her jumps just gets nullified because she works on a combination of a lot of jumps that don't particularly have a lot of height to them. So when you slow her down, she is basically gonna levitate above the floor for a little bit of a second, and then she's just gonna drop down.
Exactly. Her agility is one of her best assets, in my opinion.
But also one of the ones you can punish the most with slow.
Exactly. So now, let's take into account the current situation for both teams. You know, as I said before, the solar difference is about 400 compared to the Frog to most of Last Moment. Frog is at 1600, and Last Moment is scurrying around 2000 to 2100. How do you think the game is going to progress from this point on?
Well, first thing is, of course, that map has now opened up, meaning that mid-control is going to mean less now. Also means that we're going to see a lot more a back and forth turret play, because now we're going to have a definitive attacker and a defender. That right now being Last Moment's attacking and Press 1 to Win defending.
As far as upgrades go, what do you think, or what upgrades I should say, would benefit Press 1 to Win at this time for each character?
Right. Well, Lone Star needs DOT. He needs to get some more damage out. Build maybe explode bullets. I think also would be a good help. They need sort of some map presence back, and I think that the extra clearing that booming bullets provides is probably what they need as well. Scoop, I want to see Scoop build a lot of damage, get the poking on Clunk. And for Frog, well, he is probably looking at speed up and shield for NATO.
Shield. I can see Shield being very good against this, but I definitely think that the movement speed is going to be something that he should get.
I just want to see him get Shield because it's a very good upgrade, and it's gonna 9 out of 10 times save him from Clunk.
Unless he's snared, that is.
Well, it's still, you know, you get the shield off, you nullify most of the bite, and then you can dash out no HP.
But we see these engagements going on, and it seems like it's the same rotation, basically. We're seeing this Penny get in with the pulse. We're seeing the Clunk run in for the explode, and the Genji landing the boom. Calzar is going to be going down to the explode on Clunk on that one. Unfortunately, the Bull does not save him, and we're seeing Silence Pulse on Penny coming out.
Yes, Silence, that's good. Also, regen. I actually think that you usually get one stage of regen on Penny early on. Just sort of to
sustain
compensate.
yourself, more or less.
Yeah. Now with the nerf on the Herring Snack Badge, they did nerf that a little bit, and now with that, I think regen is a really good way to compensate for that.
Well, now that there's no more Herring Snack Badge, you know, I think that Penny, or not no more, I should say, but since it's nerf, I think we're seeing a lot more Pennies kind of build into other things, such as movement speed now, as opposed to building into Herring Snack Badge and picking up that regen, as you said before. So it's definitely interesting to see the current meta that is Penny. So we've seen a few different ones. I don't think that we've seen a definitive new Penny build yet, though.
No, well, that's going to come eventually. Someone's going to get a great idea, and then it's just going to work from there on out.
Absolutely. So at this point, this Clunk definitely needs to pick up Salvo, I would say. You know, they've got them pushed. He's got the Quick Explode Universal Charger. He's also got the Snare Bite. He's got his 1000 Explode. At this point, his health is pretty much up there, so he should definitely be looking to pick up Salvo and look to continue these pushes and get the extra turret damage.
Oh yeah, And, you know, with the extra turret damage, it also, I mean, like, look at the turret HP. It's at 4 bars.
4 bars on top, and it's almost full on bottom. There's about 3 or 4 bars taken off there.
No, they can take that easily with the salvo, so I think that's what actually might be what he is saving up for. He's packing almost 300 right now.
That is true. He's got almost 300. Genji's at 350, and I mean, at this point, I can say that we've entered the late game.
Yes.
Both front turrets are down. We're almost at the 23-minute mark, and more or less, members of both teams are kind of falling into their final builds at this point.
This is my final form.
It's the final countdown.
Oh, well, Akram is not looking too well. Oh.
Akram was actually taken out, and this may be a kill on the Genji if... Oh, no, he gets the bite off, and he's going to allow the Genji to escape and get the blessing off, and a great counter kill coming out on last moment. That was an excellent display of map awareness.
Nice. Oh, I like that. That's good. Alright, so now they're just going to go ahead and tank the turret. They have the blessing, they have the clunk, they know what they want. Although they got to watch out for that bolt, because that is going to tear them apart.
Yeah, it's slow on the bull, maybe doing some serious damage, but both team members...
Oh, look at that! The bull actually canceling Cocoon, and that's going to save his life.
They may be pushing into the space, trying to get some core damage, excuse me, but they're not going to be able to do anything to it. As you saw before, the bull took the brunt end of Genji's Cocoon, and we're seeing Frog just now get boots. Huh. Very interesting. Genji is actually going to look to pick up slow on Cocoon and some more attack speed and finally build into some health.
Slow on Genji is absolutely devastating. You can stack that up to like a 40% slow that's going to last for 2 seconds.
And there we go. We see Clunk finally picking up that salvo and fragmented shells. This is the second time today that we've seen that upgrade come out as opposed to attack speed.
It is a good upgrade. It provides for a lot of clearing.
And Yeska may be in some deep trouble right now, taking the explode. Clunk is actually getting decently low at this point, and Juice is actually trying to pick him up.
Oh,
Calzar picking up the kill
super low. And Calzar, that's a double.
And this is going to be a 2v1 situation right now. Yeska hunting them down, trying to get the Cocoon off. He does manage to land the Cocoon.
Look at the slow. Oh, that is ugly.
This may be a kill. That is going to be a nice team wipe in favor of Press 1 to win. All team members of Last Moment are down, but Clunk is now in the drop pod again. He will be coming down shortly. Yeah, at this point, they need to focus the turret.
Oh man, they need to push up, and they need to push up fast.
And we see now on the bottom lane with Yeska actually pushing to that turret. A split push, actually. Frog up top. He should really be on bottom.
Oh, being on top is always dangerous when there's a Clunk. The cannonball Clunk is always something you don't want to be too close to. Oh, and Penny might go down there. Yep.
Penny is going to go down. One way that I can see, unless he maxed out all of his... I believe he did max it out, yeah. He maxed out... Genji did max out his Kun upgrades, but I think one way that this Genji could progress even further at this point would be on his blessing. Let me see his upgrades. Get out of the hood. Is if he picks up spiritual cooking.
Oh, that's gonna help Clunk.
That's gonna help Clunk. That's gonna help Penny, and he's got movement speed on it, so they're gonna be able to hunt them down with an insane amount of health.
Oh, you think Clunk might be building for a medical pump?
I don't believe so. At this point, he should continue building for his salvo. I think that's what he needs to do to continue to badger those the bottom turret.
Oh, look at that! Oh, Calazor in a lot of trouble. Oh, well, but they managed to turn the team fight around. The bull saving and oh wow, that was a very nice turnaround of events.
Definitely, I believe that bull kind of secured that kill and allowed them to escape because that Penny was getting ready to engage. Penny turned her kill switch on.
Yeah, but they killed her
shut
turn
down
switch.
by a bull.
Oh yes, and as we've said, the slow bull is gonna just wreck her because her mobility is made in such a way that doesn't really do well with slow.
So let's take a look at these kills and the solar difference at this point. 16 to 18 in favor of Last Moment. Most of these characters just building health at this point, but 16 to 18 as we enter the very late game. Almost approaching the 28-minute mark.
16 to 18?
12, excuse me. 12, excuse me.
What game are you watching?
Apparently not this one. 16 to 12, though, in favor of Last Moment. The solar difference at this point is pretty even, I would say. Most characters are circling around the 2400, in between the 2400 to 2800 mark. So the difference really isn't that great at this point. But we see Press 1 to Win kind of taking control of that mid area and being able to get a few of these kills now. And it seems like they've picked up Clunk quite a few times as opposed to Genji and Penny.
Oh, well, Clunk is a big fat target. That is, Akram. I don't like him being in cocoons. Oh, and the slow.
The Penny Pulse just misses, but Genji's going to pick it up. Kalzar's going to be in some deep trouble right now if he gets caught out.
Oh, wow. Just look at the slow, how amazingly efficient it is versus Penny. It's like you're missing out a lot of damage, but damn, are you making sure Penny does not do anything.
And Tweeter's actually coming out on Frog now. I think that's a very smart upgrade.
I think it's a bit late though, but I mean...
A bit late, but I think
now than
it's
never.
definitely going to be helpful. And at least when he gets pounced out of his dash, I would say. And it looks like Last Moment is going in for the kill at this time, trying to get some core damage done. It's going to be about 2 bars before all of Team Press 1 to Win is back and in action.
Oh. They have to watch out though, because they do not have the bottom turret secured yet.
They absolutely do, but it looks like Genji's getting really low, but they're looking to focus the Clunk and Penny more than anything at this point. And here comes Akram in for this setup, potentially securing 2 kills. He's duking it out with the Penny. Penny's going to land the Pulse, and it looks like he's going to allow Penny and Genji to escape.
Well, they gotta be careful because the double kill, we're at the stage where the double kill decides.
Absolutely. Even though it's a 2-to-1 turret advantage right now in favor of Last Moment, a double kill can easily turn the tides of this fight.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And we saw right there, actually, Yeska did pick up his DOT, which was your call at the beginning of the game. Very good call.
DOT is super important for your general damage output. It actually is a lot of damage you're getting from it.
So we see right now, both teams kind of fiddling around in that midsection. I would have liked to see a few more Solar Boss pickups from Press 1 to Win in this match. I definitely feel that they could have gotten those Solar Boss pickups, actually, excuse me. Akram's going to be caught out a little bit here, kind of forcing the displacement in a 1v1 versus Penny. That's going to be
look at the
very
pulse.
deadly.
Oh, wow. The pulse was super close to actually hitting Kalazar. That was really good.
And we see Yeska trying to hit the Trinamite, unfortunately missing. And here we have the 2v1 lane situation going on right now. But all 3 members of Press 1 to Win are going back to defend. And I believe Last Moment should be pushing forward at this point in an effort to get some more turret damage.
Oh, yeah. Is that range on Penny? That looks like range on Penny. That is range
yes,
on Penny.
that is Scout Binocular. She's now gotten range on the Pulse. That is going to be very...
Oh wow, that looks like a double kill.
That's going to be a double kill coming out on Last Moment.
Oh, is this the double kill? If Lone Star can make it, maybe he can actually pin them up and do some damage.
If Lone Star gets a triple bullpen.
Oh no, that doesn't look good. Oh, wow.
The Pulse, and here come the body blocks.
Body blocks are good. Right, Clunk is actually within range. If he can get a little closer.
It's going to be a lot of damage, and it seems his fragmented bullets are actually hitting from the top of the core.
You can do that.
And that is going to be another kill. That looks like it is going to be the game in favor of Last Moment. Congratulations. Let's get this post-game analysis going. Nada, what happened? What did we see during that? What could have went differently? Let's talk about these upgrades and discuss how important the solar boss is on this map.
Oh yes, all right. Well, let's start out with the builds and how and where we sort of defined where everyone was going. So Lone Star starts out fairly meta, getting getting Boots Regen and Crystal Eagle Bullet, and from there on out, when he started focusing slow build, he sort of had his path chosen because he is missing out on a ton of damage coming out from the Techno Viking helmet as well as the Bull Charger, the explode damage for a bull. So he went for more of a support build, and I kind of see where it's coming from, but I think that Scoop should have been in charge of actually supporting, seeing as he has both cooldown and range.
You know, at this point, we're not knacking on any players, and we're not purposefully singling people out. We're just giving our analysis as far as what could have gone differently.
We still love you, people.
We still love you guys, so don't feel that we're kind of shunning you guys out. But we just want to kind of get an idea of how things could have gone differently. On the other hand, I'm going to have to disagree with you, Nat. I think that the support Lone Star was kind of the thing that allowed a lot of escapes. That Slowbull, you know, there were many times that Slowbull just forced Penny back and pushed her away from engaging in any battles with them. So I think that the Slowbull and the support kind of build on Genji and turret push Genji, not Genji, excuse me, Lone Star, the support on him was kind of the way to go in this situation. You know, this is the second time that we have seen a Clunk Genji pick. So we know how powerful Clunk Genji is. The snare bite right after the cocoon, securing the kill, and of course you have the Penny there. Hey, you know what? If they survive the explode, they survive the cocoon, hey, guess what? We got a Fox who can jump 4 or 5 times. Guess where she's going? She's going right into you. She's going to pulse you. She's going to pounce you. She's going to secure those kills. Looking at the Lone Star build in a more in-depth, the Baby Curry Mammoth.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
that was
an interesting pick.
That was to counteract the slow as well as the snare coming out of Clunk and Genji. I'm almost certain. As well, maybe even silence on Penny, just to reduce the overall CC, because there was a ton of CC in play here. And they did the smart thing and get Pills and Baby Curry Mammoth, not Regen and Baby Curry Mammoth, which I think is almost a fallacy.
Definitely. But, you know, you look at all these health pickups at such a late point in the game, where everybody's basically at the 15-minute mark, your base health is maxed out. So picking up these late health upgrades is currently kind of the way to go. I haven't seen many players in this qualifier pick up early health. And we've seen it in the EU qualifier last week, but this weekend we have not seen it. Genji, hats off to you. This is the first time I've seen the ranged Genji come out and it picked up that frog 2 or 3 times. Excellent idea. I haven't seen many ranged Genjis, and to see this competitive ranged Genji come out and just be able to harass and continue to harass, as well as be the support for his entire team, is really cool to see. Clunk, smart idea, getting the quick explode. The only thing is, you have to time yourself quite differently from the regular.
Well, if you're used to exploding with a universal charger, then that's fine. I mean,
oh, absolutely. But
I can't do it because
I can't do it at all.
Well,
I miss time it all the time. I'm used to the regular charge time, but it seemed to work out. Scoop went for the hammer spam, and that's pretty much what we anticipated. But that being said, that concludes the first North American qualifier. We chose to do different matches this week as opposed to doing semifinals and finals because we want to have the community a part of this. We don't want to show semifinals and finals each week. We want to have some of the lesser known teams get into that spotlight. You know, for the grand finals, obviously, we're going to be showing majority of it.
Yeah, of course.
For the current time, we've decided to go with more of getting all these teams out there and seeing the different play styles. So if you weren't in the cast this week, that's not to say that you won't be in it next week. That being said, a quick message from our sponsor, a quick shout out that I want to give. A huge shout out to Alienware for donating 6 Alienware Alphas to first and second place. First place, you're getting 3. Second place, you're getting 3. upon 1,800 cash for your first place victory. Some Steam items and that gold in-game Alienware badge. Second place, you're getting 3 Alienware alphas and $900. Some Steam items. Some Steam items.
That's good. I can follow that.
Yeah, I can follow that. Followed by 900 cash. But you're also going to get a silver in-game badge. That being said, third place, 900 cash, some Steam items. Fourth place, you're getting 450 cash. I do apologize for that error last week. And as I said before, a huge shout out to our sponsors, Alienware for donating those alphas, Ronimo for just being awesome, posting up that prize money, and making Awesomenauts. And a huge shout out to Go2 Gamers and ES Champs. That being said, Netta, I think you got it.
I think we're done here. So thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. Hope to see you next time.
See you next week.